Hello, family. Welcome back to just another quick training and episode on how to speak with influence. I'm your girl, Melissa D. Hey, if we've met before, welcome back. If you're new to my community, this is my Activation Nation where I do reports, training, coaching on how to activate your voice to be seen and heard at work and in the world. That is not just the mission of my platform, but it's my personal mission to help you tap into your influence. So I want to welcome you because today's training is one that my community has really been asking for. And I said, hey, there are more speakers than ever before. There are more coaches than ever before. And as I travel to speak and train, I'm learning and observing that there's a difference between influencers and speakers. Okay. Here's what I mean by that. Every influencer is a speaker, but not every speaker is an influencer. I'm going to say that again. Every influencer is a speaker. Not every speaker is an influencer. So if you're tuned in now, I want to hear where you're from, where you are. Just give me a shout out, say live. I see you on LinkedIn. I see the audience number growing on LinkedIn. I see you guys over on YouTube as well, my Facebook family, my Facebook community. So looks like I have a little internet lag. If you can hear me, give me some hearts or just say hello. Just say hello and tap in so I know you're here with me. Just say hello, speak back so I know that you're here. I'm going to keep going here and tell you more about this message. Let's see. Yes, Steve. Hey, I absolutely will be at Apartmentalize. Okay. Looks like I have a great signal now. If you help me out, guys, if you can hear me, okay, give me some hearts or just say, hey, I hear you. I hear you. Steve, yes, I will absolutely. Hi. I think it's Jamil Phillips in Atlanta. Hey, welcome. I'm in the Atlanta area too. So thanks for jumping on. So why this topic today? How to be influential as a speaker. Hello, Michael. Great to see you. Thanks for jumping on. Wilmington, one of my favorite places. So this is really important because what I've learned as a professional speaker is one, that there are several types of speakers, and two, you have to know your intention of why you're speaking. Okay. What we see now in this particular climate is that we see people who are leaders of organizations coming from behind the business and taking to the stage to be speakers. Why do I think that's important to talk about today? I think that's important because their speakers and influencers are not the same. I said it. Like, I may step on some toes today. So if I step on some toes, like, just say ouch, or you can you can DM me privately, but it's a good thing. Like, we don't change behaviors from people pacifying things or not training or teaching us what we can do better. And for me, as a coach and speaker, I sit with coaches and speakers. As a professional speaker, I invest in speaking education, speaking training. I've done so for over 20 years. So here's why this topic is so important. Okay. I want to, words matter. And so when to say you're a speaker, the first tip I'm going to give you, this is absolutely a training. And if you're on here, then you're probably one of these three people. Okay. Before I get into the meat of what I want to give you today. Okay. Number one, you're either employed or you're a leader in a company, and now you have either the opportunity or the desire to be a spokesperson and speak on a particular topic or speak on a particular subject matter of which people deem you an expert. Okay. So that's exactly how it happened for me corporately. I was already speaking in the community and some other things, but corporately, if you have a genius zone or an area at which people just know you for, like you're known for training, you're known for leadership, you're known to be great at developing people, then naturally they want you to be the spokesperson. So why do I use the term spokesperson? A spokesperson or spokesman, spokeswoman is someone who is literally the mouthpiece for a group of people. Okay, so you're either speaking on behalf of your company, so you become now a representative of their brand to speak or align the message with what they do, what they offer, and what they solve. So here's why I specifically wanted to talk about how to be an influencer as a speaker. Now, influencer may have different connotations depending on which social media platform you're on, and the term influencer became popular because of social media. But if you're just because you may or may not be on social media a lot, you still have influence. So if you believe that, or you know that for a fact, say I have influence. Just type it in the chat. I have influence. Okay. That's important for you to get that in your head first. If you don't believe you have influence, then you can't be a speaker. Why? Because the microphone is a tool of influence. This microphone is a tool of influence, meaning that's your place in your platform to give information and provoke action, to give information that provokes action. And so, again, you're probably one of three people. You're in a company where you're speaking on behalf of that organization or that brand. Or two, you are a business owner or entrepreneur and you desire to get in front of an audience of people whose problems you can solve. Okay. You are an entrepreneur, okay, a service provider, a business owner who desires to get your message in front of people to solve a problem. Why is that important? I heard Pastor Stephen Furtick say something so profound recently, and it was mind-blowing. I can't take credit for this because it's true. It is radically true. People don't change behaviors and take action on doing something until it's painful enough to make them move. Why is that important to know to have influence as a speaker? As speakers, we don't get up and share what people love to hear. We get up to talk about what is painful to them and that they're ready to change. I think that deserves some hearts and some likes, right? When you're crafting your message, if you have finally raised your hand and said, hey, I want to speak at this conference. I think I want to come from behind the business and I want to actually use my knowledge, my influence, and my platform, okay, to help people. Please know that the people showing up in your audience have something radically painful that they're looking to hear you talk about and solve in that moment. That's the key to influence. Okay. Don't believe me? Let me prove it to you. Words matter. All right. If this is good, just give me some hearts or some likes, or tag someone, tag a speaker friend, okay, who needs to hear this. Tag a leader who needs to hear this. Okay. Know the difference between a speaker and an influencer. A speaker, literally by dictionary definition, a speaker is a term used to describe a person who speaks, someone who speaks. So, I mean, that's pretty basic. If that were the case, we're all speakers. Now, influencer, here's the difference. An influencer, I love this definition from Influence Marketing Hub, influencemarketinghub.com. Shout out to them. Influencer is people who have built a reputation for their knowledge and their expertise on a specific topic. So to influence people as a speaker, okay, you have to, one, have reputation. You have to be reputable in what you say you know. Number two, you have to have knowledge, reputation, what they say about you. And number two, knowledge. Does what you know align with what they say you know? That's good, or is that good? I'm just saying, that's good stuff. So it's really important that when you hit the stage, you are now positioning yourself to be a voice of influence. So when I come on these platforms, hello, Facebook family, I see you guys. I see the comments coming in. Facebook family, YouTube family, LinkedIn family. When we take to stages to speak, we now become the influencers to turn, shift, or change the culture of a company and the mindset of its people. Ah, come on. If you ever like went to speak somewhere and you wanted to be invited back, the ones who are invited back are not just the most entertaining, but they're the most influential. The most influential, meaning people felt they were not only compelled, but got tools from you to take action on the pain points in their lives. So good. So good. Because here's the thing. I'm seeing a population of leaders who are exceptional. Look, they know what they know. They know how to manage people. You know how to move companies forward. You even understand how to increase revenue in the bottom line internally. The key to being a good speaker means you can duplicate that impact inside your company outside for other people. Are y'all with me? Are you with me? All right. So I'm going to definitely open up for Q&A. If you have any questions, either A, you want to be a speaker, B, you are currently a speaker looking to tap into more influence. I'm going to continue to teach because there are 3 more points I want to give you about knowing how to wield your influence from the stage as a speaker. I want to give you 3 more points. If I can give you those points, give me some hearts or shout it out in the chat and say, I want those points. Just tell me I want the points because you're going to use them. Okay. That's the agreement. If I give them to you, you have to use it. You have to take action. Okay. So again, I said in the beginning of this, every influencer is a speaker. Not every speaker is an influencer. Why do I say that? Have you ever bought a product? Like this happens a lot on Instagram, or an ad, just ads, period. If you're seeing digital ads pop up, have you ever bought a product or invested in a service because of the person who told you about it, or just because the product and service sounded that good? 9 times out of 10, it's because you trust reputation, the person who told you. They themselves had knowledge of how to use it to change lives and solve problems, which goes back to knowledge. Remember, I said that influencer has reputation and knowledge. Hello, reputation and knowledge to recommend product, services, and items. So, wrapped behind every speaker's message is a solution to your problem. If you ever sit and listen to a speaker and they just tell you a bunch of what they did and not how they did it, they're not giving you the sauce. Okay. If you've ever sat in a workshop and they give you a bunch of information and not the application, they're not giving you the sauce. And then people say, well, why would I do that? Somebody said in chat, why would I do that, Melissa? There are speakers who are literally scared of giving this information away because they want you to invest in or buy their product or service. Flip the game. You want to really make an influence as a speaker? Give your best stuff away for free. I said it. Give your best knowledge and insight. Why? Because they'll understand, wow, I need to work with Jamel. I need to work with Steve. I have to work with Delilah. Oh, Melissa is definitely my person. Why? Because then they understand you are the answer to the problem. Speakers speak to the painful things that keep people up at night. Speakers have messages with the end result in mind. Ooh, that's good. Somebody type that. Have the end in mind. We do it in business. Why don't we do it from the stage? Why don't we do it as speakers? Have the end in mind. What do you want people to feel and do? What do you want people to feel and do as a result of working with you? You're the expert of what you know, okay? They want to take action on what you've already done before. So if there's anything you have personally done, mastered, conquered, you're the expert of that. You're absolutely right, Janice. You're the expert of that. Okay. So if there is a program you put together for your company and you executed it from A to Z and you made some mistakes along the way, then now your platform is to speak and influence action on how to repeat what you did with less mistakes than what you made. Hey, your topic can be, if a lot of people say, hey, the 5 best ways to do something. Sometimes I teach them, hey, the 5 mistakes I made doing something, the 5 mistakes I made as a coach, the 3 biggest lessons I learned as a speaker, what not to say on stage. That's just as important as what you do know. What you don't know and what you failed at as a speaker is equally as important as what you do know. Why? Because people's biggest fear is looking like a fool and making a mistake. So they pay you to mitigate risk and tell them what mistakes not to make. Oh, okay. Am I the only one excited about this because this is good or this is good? Like, for real. As a speaker, I have learned from the stage, you want the emotion, you want them to feel a little bit of the pain point in the moment. Now, when I say speaker, I'm not just talking about in a room. Some of you are speaking at live conferences again. Some of you are now getting back out into the world at events. Some of you are great virtual speakers. Not every in-person speaker is a good virtual speaker. Know where your voice has the greatest influence and lean to that. Some of you may not have considered what I'm doing right now is speaking. You have a micro stage. If you've been rocking with me for a while and you're part of my Activation Nation and you're in our coaching group, I talk about it all the time. There's the micro stage, okay, with macro impact. This camera, this microphone is a stage. This prepares you for your big stage. So I mentioned that because you have to use the stage you have today for the stage you want tomorrow. Oh, that's not in my notes. That's just on the spot. That just dropped on me right now. Use the stage you have today to prepare you for the stage you want tomorrow. Here's what I mean by that. During the pandemic, when we were on lockdown, I pulled out, I call it my $1 million microphone, my $1 million camera, my $1 million laptop. Why do I say that? Because I have access to global stages by turning on my camera and my mic. So doing that for 1.5 or 2 years has positioned me to stages that I was already speaking to from home. So, and also it gives you your reps and your practice so that you're not going into your next live event cold. Literally. True story. I mean this in the most humble way I know how. I was recently in Raleigh, North Carolina. Shout out to Raleigh, North Carolina, and all of my audience and community and clients in Raleigh. I had someone say to me, they saw me last month and said, "Wow, I've seen you speak and I've heard you speak for years now, but I think by far that was like you've really honed your craft." And that meant a lot to me. I'm gonna tell you why. And the one thing I attribute that to is that I didn't let my voice grow cold in between one live stage to the next. And what a lot of speakers do is that, well, I might speak here and there, but in between conferences, bookings, workshops, and events, you're not warming up your message and warming up your audience in your voice. And by going live, by teaching webinars, by inviting people to your community, by teaching, you're keeping your message warm and ready for people to receive. You're keeping your voice and your skill set warm so that when you are called upon, you're ready. That's so important. All right. So this is good. I want to hear from you. I'm doing a quick check-in here on all the platforms. Shout out to you, Janice, in Hinesville, Georgia. Shout out. You guys are an amazing audience. I see the comments. I see you sharing. This is so great. So again, just a quick recap. Know what type of speaker you are and lean to your strength in that area. If you don't know the different types of speakers, there are transformational speakers, meaning I literally walk you through how to transform while you're in transition from one place to the next. There are motivational speakers, which are typically your keynote speakers that you speak to the theme of a conference. You speak to the mission of an organization. You get the crowd hyped up, right? It may be a 3 or 4 day conference, but you're the one that like kicks the door open and gets people all rah-rah and excited. Okay, got it? You may be a facilitator. I have speaker friends in my circle that facilitation is their lane. Like they are phenomenal. They are experts at learning and development. They understand what I call project-based facilitation. Like they're the ones where you go to a breakout session and they give you like group work and breakout work and you walk away with some tangible things. That has tremendous value. Okay. So know what type of speaker you are. That's again number one to take away. All right. Number two, like I said, start with the end in mind. Have the end in mind. Okay. And y'all got that. That's so important. Literally, when I write speeches, I typically have my closing and my call to action first. Why do I say call to action? And I listen for that. When I go hear other speakers and presenters, I listen for the thing they want me to do after that 20 minutes, 45 minutes, hour is up. I listen for how to get more of the person that just motivated me. Don't miss your moment. Don't miss your moment to tell people, hey, listen to the podcast. Hey, go get the free toolkit. Hey, go to my website and go get this training. It's not here's the thing. Let me help you out. Some of you all are struggling with doing that because you feel like it's salesy and I don't want to sell people from the stage. Let me help you. It's not sales. It's not about sales. It's about solutions. It's not about sales. It's about solutions. Because the more solutions you give, you will naturally get sales, period, from the stage. You will naturally get sales when you offer solutions from the stage, period. Okay. And the third thing I gave you today, or that I want to leave you with, is give them more. Give them more. Give them more of your platform, more of how to work with you. Give them more of your videos and your content. Make matter of fact, if you have 5 points in your talk, or in your message, your speech, each one of those 5 points should be a video that somebody can go watch and learn more about. Each one of those five things can be a topic of a course. Each one of those 5 things could be an ebook that they download or a chapter in your own book. Build a business around the message, and you will always be an answer to solve their problems. Was this helpful? Was this good? I'm so in this space because like one of my goals this year was not to just speak on stages, but to bring more speakers with me. I am so passionate about activating voices. Now you get what I mean when I say activating voices. It's not just about, hey, I want to be seen and heard at work. Some of you are ready to be seen and heard nationally, globally, but you just don't know how. And I want to help you get there. So there's definitely some ways you can do that. All right. Number one, the first way that you can do that is the new season of our podcast, the Activation Hour, has dropped. And we're talking about just that. Accept your influence. This is season number 3 of the show. Accepting your influence means that you can accept your voice. Now, what's my give back? My gift to you is I don't believe in like listening and activating without action. So I invite you, I'm going to drop the link in the chat. I'm going to drop the link in the chat here. I invite you to go download, follow the podcast, subscribe to the podcast, and get the free journal. Yes, I created a free journal. It's journal prompts and activation affirmations. If you feel you have something to say and you're struggling to get it out, I have 20 affirmations in this journal to prompt you to use your voice, be seen and heard at work, in the world, and on your next stage. Okay. So I'm going to just drop the link for that for you so that you can get your own free copy. The next thing, are you seriously ready? Now, here's what I don't disclose. I am the secret weapon behind many of your favorite speakers that you don't know. What do I mean by that? Whether it's speaker training, coaching, all of those things, we offer that. So you can absolutely go to either melissadwhite.com or the activationhour.com, get a free session. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about your next stage, how to polish your message, but then also how to give a solution from your stage that makes people want more of your content and makes them want to work with you. All right. So again, you can go, I'm going to drop it in the chat here, to melissadwhite.com. And you can also sign up for our speaker coaching platform and coaching group. And the last way, if you're like, hey, Melissa, this is pretty cool, I enjoyed listening to you today, I think I just want a community, a motivation, you're absolutely welcome to go check out our Activation Nation community. This is we do this kind of thing, this training regularly. And for those in our accountability membership, we meet monthly, twice a month, bi-weekly for this, literally to build your platform, to polish your message, to pitch your message, and to land into those spaces and influence. Okay. So I'm going to drop those links here before I go. Any questions? I'm just opening it up for Q&A. Thank you so much. I see you guys. I see several of you still over here on LinkedIn. I see several of you on Facebook. Shout out some places you're speaking to. I may be crossing paths with some of you at some upcoming conferences. If you have speaking engagements coming up, or you want to get booked for more engagements, we need to talk. I want to know how to support you, how to show up and do things to help cultivate your voice and make you a better speaker. All right. So I'm going to drop this last link here. Group coaching is opening up. In the group coaching, we not only coach you through being seen and heard, but we absolutely coach you through how to use your voice. So I'm going to drop that in the chat so you can learn more about it. And you can get on my calendar. Yes, did someone drop and ask me about Apartmentalize? Absolutely. Yes, you will see me. Thank you so much for calling that out. That was absolutely something I wanted to mention. I will be in San Diego, California. Let me type that here. I will be speaking on June 22nd, Wednesday, June 22nd, 3:30 Pacific time. My Apartmentalize session, 4 ways to launch and market your DNI program. So again, that's about influence, teaching on the do's and don'ts of launching your program and how to make it stick. I'm going to be with some phenomenal speakers, Jared, Angel, Valerie. We are giving you some actionable things to solve your problems on launching DNI. So again, June 22nd. Thank you so much for reminding me of that. San Diego. That's going to be at 3:30 p.m. I'll drop a link. I'll post a flyer. It will also be on my website if you want to register for that. So yeah, if you want to meet me at Apartmentalize, sign up for my email list, and I'll let you know where I am. Oftentimes, I'll send out text messages too, just for a meetup, even if it's like, hey, I want to do a quick meetup, a quick dinner, lunch, whatever. I'm down for it. I love when I get to come to your city and see you all. Awesome. So guys, this was great. I always enjoy my time with you. This one wasn't long. If you want, again, more in-depth training about the things that I gave you, if you want more in-depth training one-on-one, again, go ahead, get on my calendar, schedule a strategy call. work with our team. We have several coaches who can work with you. I'll work with you as well. If interested, I am going to put my calendar link for you here so that we can talk one-on-one. All right. Literally, I want to hear from you. This is your chance to show up, get activated, stay activated. Activation requires action. So don't just listen today and not take action. Got it? That's my calendar link. That last link I put in here where it says .hello, whatever, click that link. I want you to click this one. That's the link you can click for my calendar. All right. Guys, stay activated, be speakers who are influencers. I'm going to look for you wherever you're going to be next with your message. Again, tag the places where you're speaking, your conferences. If I can be there, if I'm in your city, I'll support, or I'll share it with my people so they can come support you too. You've been activated. I'm your girl, Melissa D. I'll see you on the next one. Bye, y'all.